Where's my hat? We want to put that back on. Remember, we got to get the badge in. I apologise, I'm late, everyone. Important phone call right when I was about to start the stream. With other stuff going on, I really do apologise for that. Anyway, welcome to my new episode. So I'm going to react to this match, of course. Obviously, we all know what happened last Saturday. We played Burton Albion in Staffordshire. Right, let's do this malarkey. Well, first of all, how are you all anyway? That's the first thing I'd like to say. The second thing I'd like to say is that I'm not happy with the league table now after what happened on Saturday. Let's get this match over and done with, because we know what the score was. I don't want to talk about it hugely, but I'm gonna have to because it's Argyle and need to anyway. So, as we all know, good afternoon, everybody. And during this episode, I will be looking at our game versus Burton Albion. Burton Albion away for a trip to Staffordshire. 2 away games in a row after last time we came out and drew 1-1 against Lincoln. While as for Burton, on the other hand, Burton basically before this game, if I can get their fixture list up, before this game they drew 3-3 with Charlton. So Charlton didn't win at Burton either. So Burton have had 2 draws in a row, basically. But yeah, this is Plymouth Argyle away to Burton Albion, and let's just get on with it. Burton, will get the Burton team underway with first on who they're starting and stuff. It's top of the league versus one of the bottom 4 in the league. Burton are starting Garrett, Hammer, Borthwick Jackson, Mariappa, the ex-Watford player, Hughes, Oshilaja, Taylor, Dudu, Onyango, Kamwa, and Adebayo. And to be fair, despite Burton's terrible season so far, he has been prolific, Adebayo. And for the mighty Argyle, it's Michael Cooper, Brendan Galloway, Gillespie, Nigel Longwick, Jordan Houghton, Adam Randall, Ballymumba, Joe Edwards, Matt Butcher, Morgan Whittaker, and up front, the mighty Sam Cosgrove. Speaking of which, here he is right now. So honestly, I'm going to rewatch the full match because I was, first of all, unfortunately, I was a bit late into the stream on the Argyle Way on Saturday. So yeah, honestly, let's just relive the moments on how this match turned out. And it's now in the Burton defence. Garrett nearly spilt it straight away then for Cosgrove to nearly open it, but not really a huge threat for us boys in green. While I'm looking at this match as well, I'll talk about the other fixtures from League One as well, because obviously it's all happened, hasn't it? So it's like a it's basically the Argyle Way review of the Burton game, but on my channel instead, my second channel instead, because I couldn't go to Burton away, and because I couldn't compose an episode of it, obviously, like I normally do, it makes more sense that I do a live stream on the game itself, on how we properly did and etc. I actually put in the background. I actually put in the background. Actually, I know it's nothing to do with League One, but I actually put in the background. I actually put in the background league the World Cup to see how that's going ahead as well. So yeah, honestly, back to the back to our fixtures. Basically, we have now got a mountain to climb. Well, not a mountain to climb, but we got to keep consistency if we want to stay top of League One. And we've got a game against Port Vale at home next week, which we've got to win to keep our 100% home record for definite. Germany are 2-0 up against Japan in the meantime. Just wanted to bring that update up for you. Here's Whittaker, and that's just gone left of the post of the goal. So yeah, honestly, obviously one of the matches of this weekend's just gone. I did live stream with Liam. We Portsmouth played Derby. Nearly got that wrong. Why did I think Argyle were playing on a Friday night? Here's Burton on the attack though. Here's Camwa. Galloway defending his life for Argyle. Good to see him back, to be fair. Come on, lads. It's Hamer's throw. Whittaker being the target there for Burton for the time being. Honestly, I thought this first half we were quite disappointing because Burton just gave us such a hard time and it didn't help our cause one bit. And it's performances, it's first halves like these that we cannot afford to keep having for the rest of the season. Yes, our away form is nowhere near as good as Ipswich's or Sheffield Wednesday's, but we are top of the league. So that just shows we're up there. But I tell you what, Burton now have it on the right-hand side, but we win it back. But Cosgrove doesn't run for it. I have a feeling he was a bit offside there. Longwick. Not quite gone his way there. You can see our screens in our amazing away kit this season. Here's Randall. What a ball from Randall as well. But Burton header it away. And now Adebayo tries to... Adebayo tries to win it back, as does Dudu, but not quite. Here's Whittaker taking on Borthwick Jackson. Decent looking ball, but there was nothing. There was nothing for Ballymumba to header that in. And it goes well wide, the ball. And that just shows we don't have a shot on target there either. Burton clear it once more. Here's Joe Edwards, the player for Plymouth Argyle that has the same namesake as my brother. But the ball goes straight to Garrett, the Brewers goalkeeper. This match, of course, is yellow hosting green. It's a yellow army versus the mighty green army. And I say the mighty green army because we are the main green army. Yeovil Town cannot say shit, if I have to be honest with you. Ball goes straight to Garrett. But yeah, Germany, meanwhile, are 2-0 up. Gundogan with a goal there. They're looking really good against Japan. Burton on the ball, but they've just given the ball straight away to us, to Gillespie. But then Burton win it back. Here's Onyango. Taylor. Hughes. Hughes keeps hold of the ball. But it's a throw-in for us boys in green. It's a throw-in for Plymouth. There is Burton's manager. Of course, Burton's new manager, because Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank was resigned way back at the start of September because Burton was shocking in the first 6 games of the season. They didn't get their first win till Exeter. Thank you for that again, Burton. Of course, yeah, Burton's new manager is the Tunisian, Dino Mamria. And ever since he's taken charge, Burton have had 3 wins. But that's still not good enough, and they are still in the bottom 4. I think that's us chanting a certain "You Dirty Northern." I can hear in the background. Oh, dear. Sorry, what am I talking about? What the hell am I talking about? I apologise. It's 1-0 Germany, not 2-0 Germany. Gundogan's penalty. I apologise. I thought it was 2. I got that completely wrong. Yeah, it's 1-0 Germany. Gundogan penalty, but Germany looked really strong against Japan. Anyway, here's a Michael Cooper goal kick. This was a must-win as well because we were looking to extend that lead back to 4 points at the top of League One, especially that Ipswich beat Exeter 2-0 earlier in the game as they had a 12:30 kickoff on the Saturday. And all we had to do was rely on Sheffield Wednesday to get screwed over by Shrewsbury, which didn't happen. Butcher's down for us. But as for the rest of the fixtures, of course, this is what happens. Pompey drew 0-0 with Derby. Obviously, I streamed it. Ipswich beat Exeter 2-0. Actually, I'll go by home game first. Portsmouth drew 0-0 with Derby. Exeter lost 2-0 to Ipswich. Then Barnsley beat MK Dons 3-1. That's a fantastic win for Barnsley. Superb performance by them. Yes, MK Dons are one of the worst teams in the league. But considering results elsewhere in the league, as a team talk goes on with Dino, the Burton manager, and his team, yeah, Considering Pompey's misfortunes and Derby's misfortunes, Barnsley had a terrific win, 3-1 against MK Dons. And also, Peterborough lost. Bristol Rovers beat Peterborough 1-0, showing once again that the West Country is not kind to the posh at all this season. Because Peterborough have now lost to all three, us, Exeter and Bristol Rovers, all the way this season. Peterborough can't get anything in the West Country this season so far. They have been absolutely shocking. All right, Liam, how's it going? How's it going? Obviously, me and Liam will be on with Harvey Rosevear after this stream of the Burton review on the Argyle Way, that will be. So, obviously, I'm on Cornish Janner right now, basically reviewing this game and commentating this game and looking at results elsewhere, of course, as my next episode of this episode, of course. And then I'll be on the Argyle Way straight after this. So make sure you stay tuned for that, folks. First corner of the game, and it's for the hosts, Burton Albion. But yeah, going back to the results, Bristol Rovers beat Peterborough 1-0. Cambridge lost 1-0 to Accrington Stanley. That could be crucial for Cambridge because they're right next to each other in the table. And now that Accrington Stanley won that, and the fact that Stanley won away as well, it's John Coleman's first win in ages as Gillespie headers the ball away. Thank God for from a Burton corner. Accrington were actually 3 points behind Cambridge, but now they're level on points with Cambridge with 20 points, and they're both in 19th and 20th. So that's put Aki in a much better position. Then Cheltenham got a superb win, beating Wycombe 1-0. And as we headed the ball away again, that was Longwick that time, and Gillespie helping as well. Burton are going to have yet another corner. No, Cheltenham got a superb win against Wycombe. That's a fantastic win for Cheltenham. I would say that's probably one of Cheltenham's best wins of the season so far. And now look at Cheltenham in the table. They're level on points with Fleetwood, and Fleetwood have drawn more than anyone this season. And now, out of nowhere, Cheltenham are 1 point behind Shrewsbury. Unbelievable, Jeff. I can't believe it. Cheltenham have put themselves right back in the game to finish in the mid-table this season. But I had them to stay up anyway. I think I had them to just stay up anyway. So in a way, I'm not surprised. But I still think they might still be in a relegation battle. They're in the bridge of being mid-table or in a relegation battle. But if Fleetwood and Shrewsbury aren't careful, they'll join the relegation battle. I don't think Shrewsbury will. I think they're too good of a team to go down. But if Fleetwood aren't careful, they will. They could be in the relegation battle. But speaking of Fleetwood, I thought they were really unlucky against Bolton. It was a game full of scraps. Fleetwood were 1-0 up as well. They actually looked really good in this game as well. Bolton looked like they were having yet another away day to forget because obviously they lost to Cheltenham, they lost to Forest Green, and you know how inconsistent Ian Everett's side have been so far this season. And one of Fleetwood's players, Rooney, had a terrific game for the Codmen against Bolton. I thought Fleetwood was so unlucky against Bolton on Saturday. But Bolton got 2 late goals from Bradley in the 85th minute and Afolayan in the 90th minute. And Bolton won the game 2-1. Jammy buggers. But again, that's a good result for Bolton, considering results elsewhere, especially with the Portsmouth Derby draw and the Peterborough defeat. So that just shows how clinical Bolton were at the end of that game. But I thought Fleetwood was so unlucky. I thought they played so well. But there were a lot of fights, so it was entertaining to watch. Liam saying, are you going to edit some of your vlog tonight from last week? Yes, I will be. Yes, I will be, for definite. I'll be doing that straight after our Argyle Way talk, actually. So, yeah, that's very true. Lincoln beat Morecambe 2-1, expected, even though I had Lincoln to... Hang on, what's going on here? There's a foul going on here. One of our players has gone down. I'll go back to Lincoln Morecambe in a minute. Let's just go back a second. I'll go back, you melt. That'll do. Let me look at this again. What happened here? There was some sort of challenge going on. Houghton Passes the ball back to Longwick. Oh, my God. That's a clear yellow card to its day from Oshilaja. The way he just fouled Jordan Houghton like that. And rightly so, the ref's going to book the Burton player for that. I was going to say, that's literally as a yellow card as you can get. I reckon you could potentially get it up for tonight. You haven't got much editing to do. You know what? Liam is actually spot on about that. That is true. I could do, but I do want to put... I could get it uploaded tonight. That is very true, actually. However, I do want to put a schedule for it because if I put a schedule for it tomorrow, don't know when, probably in the afternoon some point, around 5 o'clock, because 6 o'clock, hopefully more people will view it by then because people finish school and work and stuff. I'll schedule it for around then, but Liam is spot on. I could actually get it done tonight, but I'll schedule it for tomorrow evening. So hopefully a lot of people, a lot of you guys are able to watch it then, for sure. But yeah, that's my plans on that pretty much. Anyway, but yeah, Lincoln beat Morecambe 2-1. Lincoln beat Morecambe 2-1. I had Lincoln to beat Morecambe, no problem. I had them to thrash Morecambe, not going to lie. But, well, when I say thrash, an easy win for Lincoln. I know there isn't any easy games in League One, but when you look at some fixtures, you're like, they should beat them. But, yeah. But Lincoln did beat Morecambe 2-1 anyway, so that just shows, well, to be honest, considering the way Lincoln played against us, I had Lincoln to win this game, no problem, especially that obviously Morecambe are one of the worst teams in the league at the moment and have scored the fewest goals, along with Cheltenham, funny enough, because Cheltenham have only scored 15 goals as well. But Morecambe have nowhere near conceded the amount Burton and Forest Green have conceded. I'll tell you that now. But yeah, very good win for Lincoln. I thought they'd get that as well after their performance against us. And that's put Lincoln up to ninth in the table. They're now 3 points behind both Portsmouth and Derby. So yeah, that's looking very good from the Imps. Stacey West will be delighted with that. Now, the next result is the most surprising result, I reckon, of the whole weekend. Oxford against Forest Green. Considering, oh, Jesus, Burton have the ball here and look dangerous. I'll get back to Oxford in a minute. Cleared by Randall. That's my guy. Adam Randall, baby. Anyway, considering the way Oxford destroyed Port Vale, and as I see the possession there, we did only have just the possession in 19 minutes gone. We had 51% possession compared to Burton's 49. So that just shows it was a tight first half as well. But yeah, considering the way Oxford destroyed Port Vale before this game against Forest Green, I had Oxford to annihilate Forest Green. No, and Burton go for a shot. Jesus Christ. Just going over the top of Michael Cooper. And that just shows how dangerous in some areas Burton have been in this first half and how worrying we were in parts of this first half. I mean, look at that replay. What a shot from Borthwick Jackson. Oh man. They made it really tricky for us in that first half, honestly. It wasn't fun to watch at all at the time, especially on Saturday. Anyway, yeah. Considering Oxford destroyed Port Vale 4-0, I had Oxford to win this game, no problem. I literally said to both Rosevear and Liam, it'll be a second 4-0 in a row, I reckon. Oxford are another level of a team to Forest Green at the moment. And the fact that they drew 1-1, I think that's a massive points dropped for Oxford if they want to push themselves up the table and stuff. Yes, I think Oxford will stay up in... They will stay up. They're too good to go down, Oxford. They will stay up, I reckon. But just the fact that if they want to be in a top half mid-table finish, they can't be drawing at home against Forest Green. That's awful for them. I was watching... shout out to obviously Jack from the Young Fan Podcast. And I saw his comment on his channel and he said it's 2 massive points dropped for them. And to be honest, I completely agree with him. I think that is 2 massive points dropped for Oxford. But Oxford are lucky Oxford should be happy, though, that Wickham lost to Cheltenham. So Gloucestershire actually had a pretty decent weekend in football. And personally, I think Oxford and Wycombe have both been exactly the same this season so far. They've been either hit with injuries or considerably underperforming, but they are there around in that mid-table. You know what's funny, though? When Wycombe beat Burton first game of the season 3-0, they were already like, we're going to go up. I'm like, it's been one game. Anyway, 2 more games to go because the other one, obviously, is us against Burton, which I'm watching right now. So there's no point talking about that because I'll be talking about that throughout the next whole game, basically. Anyway, 2 more games to go. Port Vale against Charlton and then Sheffield Wednesday against Shrewsbury, which does bum me, of course, and winds me up to shreds. But so we'll go to that in a sec. We'll start with Port Vale against Charlton. Another inconsistent defeat for Charlton. And you know what? I sound so stupid, but I can't remember what I predicted in this match. I'm sure Liam will probably remind me in the comment section, or I'll get reminded on the Argyle Way later on anyway. But there's no way I thought Charlton were going to lose this game at all. And the fact that they've lost again away from home. How many times have Charlton won away this season? Let's just look at the table once more. They've won 5 times this season, Charlton, against us, Exeter, Portsmouth. Let's get the results up. Derby, us, Exeter, Portsmouth. Yeah, and Shrewsbury. Shrewsbury away. Shrewsbury away is the only win Charlton have had away from home this season. And that just shows that, again, without their torrid away form, they're not good enough. They are. It's weird, actually, because considering I still have them as a certain dark horse. I still have them as a dark horse coming end of the season because I do highly rate their squad. They're just heavily underperforming at the moment and nothing is clicking with them as a team. Here's Mumba. Houghton looks to find Mumba. Not quite. Go on, Cosgrove. The ball goes straight to Garrett. But no, it was Butterworth with the goal for Vale. To be fair, I did have Ellis Harrison score for Port Vale in this game. But honestly, did not expect that result at all. Fantastic win, honestly, for Port Vale as well. That's shot Port Vale up to 10th in the league as well. And ahead of Exeter as well. And ahead of Wycombe. And ahead of Charlton themselves. And ahead of Oxford. And they're just behind Lincoln. They're level on points with Lincoln as well. 7 wins, 5 draws, 7 defeats. It's been a fantastic start to the season for Port Vale. And considering they came up from the playoffs as well, Port Vale, when they beat Mansfield in that final as Longwick gets booked. Why did Longwick get booked? That's not a yellow card at all. That's a foul. That's just a foul. How is that a yellow card for Longwick? That's too soft to be a yellow card. That's ridiculous. Anyway, Burton have got a free kick for the time being. No way Longwick should have been booked for that. Anyway, Burton free kick. And the boys clear it. Nearly 26 minutes gone. I'll tell you what, though. But yeah, it's just the problem with Charlton is that there's games like us, us, Portsmouth, Derby, they win, no problem. Fantastic results for them. But then games like Forest Green, MK Dons, Port Vale, that they can't seem to get 3 points from. And it's against the so-called predicted lower teams that Charlton aren't getting anything out of. And that's what's costing them their season so far. So they've got to up their game or spend things in January if they want to get higher up in the table, honestly, because nothing is working for them at the moment. too inconsistent. Like Bolton, they are too inconsistent, but a bit further down from Bolton. So, yeah, no, that's a very good win for Port Vale, and now they're up to 10th in the table. Been a brilliant season for them so far. Which just leaves us with... Oh, man, another result I'm not happy about. Sheffield Wednesday 1, Shrewsbury 0. And what's even more annoying about this result is that I've been told all weekend and all the last few days that Shrewsbury gave Sheffield Wednesday such a hard time in this game as well. But Sheffield Wednesday have gone out 1-0 winners thanks to a goal from McGuinness in the 39th minute, assisted by a certain Barry Bannon. And there you are. That just shows that Sheffield Wednesday are 1-0 up. No, 1-0 up. They finished the game 1-0. A good win for Sheffield Wednesday. And now they are behind us by 3 points. Again, oh man, again, it just shows how much of a terrible, poor weekend it has been for us in League One. With Sheffield Wednesday winning, Ipswich winning, us drawing undeservedly, and now those two have caught up to us. And now Ipswich are 2 points behind us. Sheffield Wednesday are 3 points behind us. But the only difference with Ipswich and Sheffield Wednesday is that Sheffield Wednesday Shrewsbury gave Sheffield Wednesday such a hard time. And Sheffield Wednesday didn't have the best of games despite grinding out that 1-0 win. Whereas Ipswich, on the other hand, had a fantastic weekend and beat Exeter comfortably, no problem. And they were superb against Exeter. So if anything, Ipswich have had the best weekend of the three. For Sheffield Wednesday, it was more so last weekend because we dropped points against Lincoln and Ipswich dropped points against Cheltenham, which I can't thank Cheltenham enough for. Free kick to Plymouth. So that is your League One roundup. I won't bother saying the table now because I will say the table come end of this stream. In the meantime, I'm going to have some crisps because I am hungry. So if anyone does complain about me eating during this stream, don't, or just don't be here because if you need to eat and you need to drink. Joe Edwards is fuming. Frustrated with Dudu and the linesman. We should have had a corner. No wonder he was furious. Right. 15 minutes to go till half time. Oh shit, I nearly knocked my whole desk over. Muppet. Sheila Jar and Longwick are booked so far during this game. Now here's a Burton ball. Here's Adebayo taking on Gillespie. Now here's Dodu. Gets into the box on his right foot. Shot is blocked. The ball goes straight to Cooper. Whittaker. Matt Butcher. And it's an Argyle throw-in because Burton intercept. Mumba. Back to Butcher. Longwick. Of course, Longwick is on loan from Wolves. Joe Edwards finds Houghton on his left. But Houghton looks to chip the ball. But Burton win the ball back. However, Longwick wins the ball back. All we're doing at the moment is just keeping hold of the ball. But we're trying everything we can to prevent Burton from taking the ball. And speaking of which, they've just taken the ball just then, given the ball away. Buggers. Houghton finds Longwick on his right. Gillespie. Butcher. Butcher looking going left towards Mumba in front of him. And now here's Galloway. Now Mumba. Can Mumba take them on? Take them on, Mumba. Butcher. I swear that was a handball from Oshalaja. Oshalaja, sorry. And once again, we are out singing the home crowd. I think I see Pieface in the fans there. Plymouth corner. There's a cluster of players in front of Garrett, Burton's goalkeeper. Here's Randall. Now Joe Edwards. Here's Joe Edwards. Butcher couldn't quite get the ball there, could he? Onyango won the ball straight from Butcher. Longwick clips the ball forward, but the ball goes straight back to Burton. And now it's out for a Burton throw. Here at the Pirelli Stadium. Hamer with the throw. Oh, sorry, it's Tom Hamer, not Ben Hamer. I'm so sorry to everyone when I said Ben Hamer and stuff. I do apologise. Oh my God. I really do apologise for that, and especially to Burton fans for getting that name wrong, first name wrong. I'm actually a melt. Oh my God. That's embarrassing for me. And Burton go for the header, but the ball goes straight to Cooper. It was Tom Hamer. I do apologise. I got the names confused. I've done a Rose Villa. Whittaker tries to win the ball, meanwhile, from Taylor, but it doesn't quite go his way. Or our way, as I should say. Randall. "37 minutes gone. See, why did we give the ball away there? That was Edwards, that was. Here we go. Here's Whittaker on the right. Randall's on his left. Whittaker goes for the shot. It's deflected from the Burton defence, though, and midfield. Deflected by Hughes, the centre-back. It's going to be a corner to us. It's going to be Houghton taking it. Whittaker goes for the shot, and it's gone over, much to the delight of the Burton fans. Goal kick from Garrett. Burton have a chance. Cooper saved it. What a save from Michael Cooper. Burton throw-in. Oh, this is when we don't clear it. Like, what happens there? And look at that. It's 1-0 to Burton, fam. What was that? Absolutely ridiculous. Let's just replay that. Let's just replay that. It's a Burton throw-in. Let's just have a look at this again. And it is going to be Hamer taking the throw. I mean, what was Houghton doing? What was Houghton doing? Why didn't he clear that? And it's 1-0 to Burton, fam. It's Cam work with the goal. I'll tell you what, I've only just heard it, but I do like Burton's goal song there. So they've got a cracking song, to be fair, when they score. But look at this replay again. Why didn't we clear it? Cooper makes the save, so it's nothing on Cooper. But why didn't Houghton clear it? He had the last touch of the ball, should have cleared it. That would have stopped Burton scoring. And now Burton are 1-0 up. It's number 39 for the Brewers, Camworth, that gives the Brewers the lead. Dino's side, 1-0 up against us, top of the league. And again, this was just showing it was becoming a game in our hands when we went 1-0 down. Honestly, Why didn't Houghton get rid of it? I'm sorry, it was nothing on Cooper. Cooper made the save, but not just Houghton, but none of our players got rid of the ball at all. And Burton took advantage of our misfortunes, and that's why they were 1-0 up at half-time. Honestly, I have no words to say when we conceded that goal. It was shambles from us. So this just showed that for the rest of the game that we had to take the game to Burton. Here's Galloway. Mumba. Excuse me. It's going to be another throw from Hamer. And Burton keep hold of the ball as well. Honestly. Everything felt so miserable between now and when we equalised. Look at the way Burton keep hold of the ball after this with Borthwick Jackson and Hamer. I tell you what, personally, I will be honest. I thought Hamer was. I thought Tom Hamer was man of the match this whole game. I honestly thought he had a cracker of a game. He played so well, and you've got to give him credit for that. I honestly thought he was the best player during the game. Thotmobby gave it to Mariappa, but there's no way I'm giving it to Mariappa with the way he jammily scored that second goal. And plus, I thought Hamer had a good game all game. Fantastic game. And our best player, I thought, was Ballymumba, and I will say that in our review after this for the Argyle Way. Not going to say my I'm not going to say my my rating though, player ratings yet though, because that will be on the Argyle Way, so that'll give you guys a surprise. There's a replay of Burton's goal. Oh my god! No wonder I'm nearly falling asleep, because when we were 1-0 down, everything was just so bad. And I'm just so tired in general anyway. Why is Mariappa number 8, though, when he plays centre-back? I don't get that. Anyway, Burton corner. Goes straight to Michael Cooper, as we love to see. Houghton. Burton win the ball back from Gillespie, and here is Hamer once more. 2 minutes of added time at the end of this first half. Japan nearly levelled, by the way, against Germany. Mental. What a save by Neuer. I don't even know if that's Neuer playing or not. Again, I need to properly catch up with the World Cup when I have the chance to do so, because I'm not used to having a World Cup in November. I agree with the co-commentator. We need to. I agree with the co-commentator. I would have, if I was Argyle, if I was Shuey, I would have wanted to see this as just being 1-0 down if we couldn't get an equaliser in this first half, and then regroup and go again in the second half, which is pretty much what we did. It's pretty much what we did. And then the end of the game was history. We all know that. Basically meaning farce. Nonwick clears, but Burton gets another free kick. Oh, Japan have equalised. Oh my God. Sorry, I am going to pause this Burton game a second, but it's just come up on my timing screen. The Japanese have just levelled 1-1 with Germany in the World Cup. Good news for England. Let's go. Anyway, Burton free kick. Oh, that's fantastic news for England. Germany have just conceded to Japan. That's the end of the first half. Right, since this game has obviously already been played, I am just going to skip and go straight to the start of the second half. So yeah, obviously half-time, Burton were 1-0 up, and that just shows we had work to do for this second half. I'm just going to pause this a second. I'm not going to lie, I'm quite cold. I have got shorts on at the moment, but I'm just going to quickly put my my trousers or jog bottoms on over it because I am absolutely freezing. Are they in there? No. Where'd they go? Bear with me a second, guys. There they are. Just quickly put them on. I'll be right back. Right, let's start this. Oh, that's so much warmer. That is so much warmer, honestly. Okay, right. Get the second half on. As I react to this game, of course. Oh, I'm so glad I put my jog bottoms on now. That's so much warmer. It's so cold. But yeah, Burton are going to kick off the second half. Anyway. Same formation, same personnel. So that's trust from Shuey to keep the same formation despite being 1-0 down. Burton throw-in. Randall was closing Mariappa well hard then. But it was enough for Burton to give the ball straight back to Garrett. Here's Oshalaja. Ball goes straight back to us, but Cosgrove is there to clear. Doesn't quite win the ball himself, though. And now it goes straight back to Burton's keeper, Garrett. Burton trying to keep possession here. Borthwick Jackson spun away from Joe Edwards then to make sure the Brewers kept hold of the ball. This game was so frustrating for us, honestly. And Burton showed it in the previous week against Charlton as well, with their draw against Charlton. But I thought after that Lincoln result, they surely will bounce back against Burton. But this game was honestly one to forget. How can we beat MK Dons away, but we can't beat Burton away? I don't get it. We beat Forest Green away, we beat MK Dons away, but we can't beat Burton away. Here's Edwards. Whittaker. Whittaker found Cosgrove, but it is a Joe Edwards throw for Plymouth. Joe Edwards throw for us, Plymouth. Now it's Longwick. And now Butcher. Here's Gillespie. No way! Oh my God! Japan are 2-1 up. Japan are 2-1 up. Oh my God. Actually get in. Oh, mate. Germany are now 2-1 down. That's good. That's fantastic news for England. Ah, unbelievable. 2-1 Japan. Anyway, that's fantastic news in the World Cup latest. Here's Edwards. Now Whittaker. Now Butcher. Galloway against Camwa. Now Whittaker. Here's Houghton. Now Edwards. Mumba outruns Hamer for that moment there. So yeah, no, nothing quite works for us there. Is Longwick. I can't believe Japan has 2-1 up against Germany. That's actually amazing. Garrett's goal kick for Burton. Whittaker. Edwards. Longwick. Cooper. Randall. And we couldn't keep hold of it. Here's Taylor for Burton. Butcher's off. Niall Ennis is on. So we're making 2 substitutions here, Argyle. Ennis is on for Butcher. And Hardy is on for Cosgrove. I'd say it's been a pretty disappointing game for Cosgrove, not going to lie. I actually say he's been our worst player that game against Burton. Literally, honestly, they've been... I hate to say it because I love Sam to bits, but he was awful in that game against Burton. And personally, I thought he was our lowest rated player, so no wonder he came off for Ryan Hardy in that second half. As for Butcher, I think what Shuey wanted to do was bring Ennis on to make our front three more attacking. So now we've got a front three of Whittaker, Ennis, and Hardy, all against Garrett, Mariappa, and etc. in that Burton defence. Oshalaja gives the ball away. Oshalaja gives the ball away. Right. Edwards with the ball now. Next time ball goes out of play, I'll read Liam's comments because I know he has commented on the video. Stream, sorry. What am I talking about? Here's Randall. Hardy. Ennis. Ennis have a shot. Burton have defended it. And now Edwards wins the ball back for us in green. Morgan Whittaker. Ennis just in front of him. Ennis takes them on. Again, nothing for us quite there yet. Burton defending for their lives to clear the ball, which they just do that. And now the ball goes straight back to Longwick. And now look at the space Gillespie's got with the ball himself. Houghton. Edwards. Now Randall. Gillespie. Mumba's lost the ball and Burton win the ball back. Adibiezo suddenly in midfield all of a sudden. I don't know why. Hamer's forward again. Oshalaja. Right. Let's have a look at the comments. Ball's out of play. Germany and no threats, mate. They are cack. Lol. Well, I hope they are because that'll help England, won't it? So we can stream the Papa John's Trophy draw tomorrow if you like. What am I? Oh, I'm at work tomorrow. I can't. No, I'm afraid I can't stream the Papa John's Trophy. Actually, it depends on what time it is. If it's in the daytime, I'll be able to do it. But if it's in 5 o'clock onwards, I won't be able to do it because I'll be at work, so I won't be able to stream that if it's after 5 p.m. But, oh well. If it's before work, though, I'll happily stream it. If I can, basically, obviously. Decent strike from... decent strike there from Onyango. God, I'd love it if Japan beat Germany. That helps England, doesn't it? Edwards. Here's Dodo on the left-hand side there for Burton. As the Brewers try to keep possession. Now here's Oshalaja. Cross from Burton here goes straight to Cooper. Cooper looks to get on with it straight away. And now here come us on the attack. Here's Ennis on the right. Look at Ennis on the right. Could Ennis keep it in? Could he keep it in? Yes, he does just keep it in the box. And he takes on his man on the outside and we win a corner. Nearly 60 minutes gone. Now an hour and 10 in this stream. It's at 4:30, mate. So once it's... I start at 5 though. That's the downside, Liam, because as it's at Sutton Harbour as well. So and it's like a 25-minute walk. So I won't be able to do that because I have to leave this place at around 20 past, 25 past 4. So no, I ain't going to be able to do that, I'm afraid. I might be able to. I could try, but it's very unlikely I'll be able to do that, I'm afraid. But it is what it is. Oh well, it could be worse. As long as we don't get Portsmouth in the round of 16, I'm happy, because I want Portsmouth at the final at Wembley. And if we do get Portsmouth, like Liam's just said, I hope it's at home park. But even if it was at Fratton, then at least it gives me an excuse to go and see all my mates from Hampshire again that I went to uni with. But obviously, ideally, I'd want a home draw. But no, I'd obviously rather have Portsmouth in the final. I'm going to be well annoyed if we get Portsmouth in the round of 16. I want them in the final. That's because the thought of Argyle Pompey at Wembley Stadium is mental. Two passionate clubs as well. Very passionate clubs. And two dockyard clubs as well. Dockyard cities. That's why people call it the Dockyard Derby. Although it's not a derby because it's too far apart to be a derby. It's just a dockyard rivalry as Addz gets booked. How many miles is Plymouth to Portsmouth? Let's have a look. So, home park to Fratton Park. It is 164 miles. So, yeah. What does that tell you? And a 3.5 hour drive. Here's Longwick. Whittaker. Go on, play it forward. Hardy. And that's a pen. That's a penalty. That is 100% a penalty. And it's a penalty. And funny enough, it's Hamer. It's Hamer that caused the penalty. And I said he was man of the match in this game. Well, him and Mumba, one of those two, definitely. But it was actually Hamer that brought Ennis down. That's 100% a penalty. Too late from Hamer. Doesn't get it right one bit. And we deservedly get a penalty there. And it is Ryan Hardy taking it. It's Hardy versus Garrett. Hardy versus Garrett. Here we go. Yes! Come on! Get in! Get in! It's 1-1. It's a goal for the mighty Plymouth Argyle. It's Ryan Hardy. And as I celebrate Ryan Hardy's penalty there, obviously I've seen it already from Saturday, Japan gets an amazing 2-1 win against Germany in the World Cup. Unbelievable. That's good news for England. Brilliant news for England. But this was good news for us. When Ryan Hardy scored this penalty, drilled it bottom right corner, Garrett slips on his arse, goes the wrong way, and it's 1-1 here at the Pirelli Stadium. Get in, Ryan Hardy, yet again. And people forget that even in some games he's been poor, he is still our top scorer this season. Our man Hardy does it again. 1-1 at the Pirelli Stadium here at Staffordshire. Burton 1, Plymouth 1. Here's Houghton. Now Randall. And that's put Argyle right back in the game. This just shows that, obviously, I don't really want to talk about the end of the game, obviously, but this just shows that despite the draw, Shuey got his substitute spot on yet again. Ennis and Hardy changed the game. Yes, I thought Hamer and Mumba were the two best players on the pitch during the whole game, but considering Cosgrove was poor and Butcher wasn't at his best performance either, Hardy and Ennis changed the game. Honestly, they completely changed the game for us. And Shuey, as Cooper pulls off another terrific save, Shuey got his sub spot on yet again. But, as we all know, the referee had other ideas at the end. Here's Whittaker. Now, when I first saw that, I thought that was another penalty, but I knew it was too soft. And then Joe Edwards gets fouled. And they don't give him anything. And I can see our away fans just get fuming at that as a result. And rightly so. 66 minutes gone. Garrett goal kick. This was much better from Argyle in the second half because this is something we weren't doing in the first half at all. And like I said, Shuey got it spot on again with bringing Ennis and Hardy on. And now we're definitely in more control for possession. 58% to us compared to Burton's 42%. Edwards, straight to Garrett. Very good shot, though, from Edwards. Gillespie. Randall. Longwick. Edwards. Look at the space we've got on the right. But again, this just shows how much more control we're in now this second half and how much better we are with Hardy and Ennis during this game against the Burton formation of a 4-2-3, 4-2-3-1. Oh. I mean, look at that. That's a blatant penalty, the way Ennis was brought down. And then Hardy Slots it in bottom right as Garrett goes the wrong way. Here's Dodu. Oh, excuse me. Burton could have made that 2-1 then. It was just wide from Dodu. "72 minutes gone here at the Pirelli Stadium. And it's had a go then. Here we go again. Here's Mumba. Oh, what a beauty. What a beauty. Top right corner. Well, that's one of the goals of the season. It was one of the goals of the season. Unbelievable. 2-1 to the mighty Plymouth Argyle. And you know what's even better about that goal as well from Mumba? I had Mumba to score in this game, and boy, did he score. Get in, get in, get in. 2-1 to the mighty Greens, Plymouth Argyle. I mean, look at that from Mumba. Phenomenal. The pass from Ennis as well. Unbelievable. And at this stage, I legit thought, oh my God, if we win this game, what a turnaround this has honestly been. What a goal. What a goal from Mumba. No wonder Norwich want him back, but I don't want Norwich to have him back. Norwich should be helping us anyway. Our biggest rivals this season are Ipswich for the title. And do Norwich honestly want to help Ipswich? Yeah, exactly. Ugh, excuse me. Oh, I am so tired. Here's Hardy. Whittaker. which doesn't work for Morgan, and Burton win the ball back. But at this stage, we were definitely in control, for sure. There's just no denying that. No denying that at all. And now Burton looking to bring some substitutions on. So Camwa is off, the goal scorer for the Brewers in the first half. And it's Sam Winnall that comes on. In fact, they made 3 changes, Burton. Joe Powell, number 7, is on. And also number 21, Mustafa Carriol, is on for Burton as well. 3 attacking players. So you can tell Burton are going for the equaliser in the first place anyway. But yeah, honestly, Onyang goes off, Dodo's off. That was my bad. Dodo's off, and Camwa's off. So a different attacking 3 to go behind Adebayo for the end of this game. Burton throw. It's a corner. Corner for Burton, as Joe Edwards is aware. Burton corner. Argyle have headed it away. Adebayo versus Gillespie. And Gillespie dispossesses Adebayo. Fair play. Spain are playing today as well. Ten minutes to go. Another goal kick from Burton. Borthwick Jackson. And nothing there for Burton. Cooper's goal kick. Oh, frick. Burton on the attack once more. Here we go. This is the man that I watched yesterday in our Papa John's game against Charlton, Mikael Miller, who came on at the end of this game against Burton. And it is Mumba that is coming off. What a performance. Excuse me. It's another Joe Edwards throw. Edwards, corner. Corner for us, 84 minutes gone. That wasn't the best of corners. Garrett's goal kick. Yeah, we had a clash of heads here, didn't we, between Longwick and Winnell, and Winnell got booked because of it. Nearly 86 minutes gone. Another Burton throw. That's from Borthwick Jackson. We're just trying to keep possession at this rate for the end of this match, but Burton are doing everything they can to push for that equaliser. See, look how promising Miller was in this end of the second half. I'm so glad he's back from injury. That'll do his confidence good as well. He did show promising signs for us, honestly. And now Burton have a chance here. Here's Adebayo and he gets it out. About to approach stoppage time. Right, here we go then. 6 minutes added time. And I repeat, that's what it should have been. And I repeat, that's what it should have been. The fact that this wasn't 6 minutes is an absolute joke. Whittaker. Now Miller. Miller's running at Hamer. Whittaker had a shot as well in that stoppage time, which was pushed away by Garrett. And then we bring our last substitute on. Whittaker comes off right at the end. And our number 36, Finley Krask, came on. I'm so quiet because I have this stoppage time because you know the end of what happened. I have no words to say on what happened. I have no words to say on what happens during this end of the game. Corner for Burton. Hughes headers it towards goal, but Cooper saves it. Oh, this is where I said in the Argyle Way live stream that Dino, the Burton manager, looked like he was praying towards the fourth official. No wonder Burton got an equaliser. They literally listened to Dino, and Dino literally got what he wished for. Dino literally begged for the officials to help him. What a silly boy. The only thing I will say, though, is that we did look switched off in this stoppage time, which didn't help our cause one bit. But that was such a good block by Longwick. And no wonder Garrett was running up. Yeah, because that's when they asked for the penalty. Because that wasn't a penalty. Too soft. Now Hardy. I don't know why Hardy did that, though. Just the ball went straight back to Garrett. And this is when I was like, 7 minutes, we got to blow the whistle. 6 minutes, sorry. And that's the 6-minute gap. This is where we should have had the whistle blown. Like Winnell. Yeah, this is where we should have had the whistle blown. Because there was a collision between Hamer and one of our players. Look at this. Look at Dino. What an absolute muppet. Just influencing the decisions. To be fair, every club does that, but that's a coming together. That's not a penalty or a free kick. That's literally a coming together. Literally, 6 minutes has played. The referee should have blown the whistle full time, 2-1. He should have blown the whistle full time, 2-1. And then what does he do? Give Burton a free kick. And then look at that. Look at this. Look at this. Absolute scandal. Absolute scandal. So undeserved that is, and so jammy. Ridiculous. Referee is an absolute Mongol. And now Ipswich are 2 points behind us because he decided to give Burton an extra minute, like an absolute melon. Absolutely ridiculous. It's not heartbreak. It's not heartbreak. It's not just heartbreak. It's robbery. Absolute robbery. The whistle should have been blown already. And then he gives Burton another minute. Referee is an absolute disgrace. He is an absolute disgrace. Like most of them are in this country. Sometimes. Most of the time. Absolutely ridiculous that was. How can the Ipswich fans say thank you for that? Just look at the bigger picture and say we should have won. Daylight robbery, that is. We turned the game round so well when Ennis and Hardy came on. Those two made the difference for our game. And then the referee blows full-time whistle. Fuming, absolutely fuming with that ending. No way that should have been a draw. No way. Burton cheated and the referee helped them. Robbery. Absolute robbery. So I am now going to turn that off because I don't want to hear any more of it. Full-time. Stupidly, Burton 2, Plymouth 2. Literally, I'm sorry, that is the most... such a daylight robbery, that is. Should have won the game. 2-1. The whistle should have been blown. The referee didn't know what he was doing. And that's just costed us 2 points if we want to go up. Absolutely ridiculous. Completely undeserved. Completely should have won that game. I know I sound like a Pompey fan saying that. We should have won that game. But look at the bigger picture. We should have won that game. We were 2-1 up. Ennis and Hardy made the difference. Mumba scored a cracker of a goal. Did the right thing taking Cosgrove and Butcher off because they were awful all game. And then Burton go on and do that. Literally... 6 minutes gone. What does the referee should be doing? Blow the whistle, fam. Blow the whistle, blood. What does he do? Let them give them another minute because of the... Again, they asked for a penalty, which wasn't even a penalty because it was that soft. It was just a coming together. And if it was a penalty, which I'm so glad it wasn't, if it was a penalty, it would have been the softest, tinsiest free penalty of all time. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I can't wait to go on the Argyle Way after this and just rant after rant after rant on how that's just costed us 2 points. We should be 4 points ahead in the league at the moment, not 2. Thanks, Burton. Thanks, referee. Thanks for trying to bugger up our promotion hopes this season. Melons. Absolute melons. I know I sound like Ty right now saying this, but... if Burton get relegated, then I will actually just say justice for what you did against us. Honestly, no way Burton should have had a point there at the end. No way Burton should have had a point. Absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely farcery scandalous. It's ridiculous in every single way. Liam's just put, I've heard that our capacity so far is 14,800 for the Vale game. Hopefully it'll be another sellout. Let's hope. Anyway, back to the buggers that are brewing Burton. Honestly, there's no way. Yes, they were a much better team in the first half. You can't give that away. And Hamer was fantastic in the first half. And personally, for me, Hamer and Mumba are my two man of the matches, personally. They were both outstanding. Yes, even though, fun enough, it was Hamer that gave us the deserved penalty when we drew level 1-1. Burton were the better team first half. We were shocking first half. Cosgrove was awful. Butcher was awful. I'm going to be rating them so low, by the way, in the Argyle Way for player ratings. I know that for a fact. They were so poor, I thought, against Burton. No wonder Shuey took them off for Ennis and Hardy. And Ennis and Hardy completely made the difference the whole game when they came on. Fantastic from those two. And then we turned it around. And I thought, what an away win. What an away win when this was such a tricky afternoon for us. What an away win. That amazing Mumba strike and the deserved penalty. And what a finish from Hardy as well. Obviously, if Hardy missed or Garrett saved the penalty, then yeah, we would have deserved to draw 1-1. But we should have won 2-1 because we scored the penalty. And then Mumba had that fantastic strike. But how the referee can handle that end of that game is beyond me. And I am going to refuse to talk about it anymore. So, yeah. Now I'm going to go onto the table. And this is what it is as it stands. The bottom four, Forest Green, Morecambe, Burton and MK Dons are all on 14 points. I'm doing it in that order because it's on goal difference as well. In 20th is Cambridge on 20 points. So there's now a 6-point gap between Cambridge in 20th and MK Dons in 21st. Between 20th and the bottom four, where the drop is to League Two. Cambridge are 20th. 19th is Accrington Stanley, also on 20 points. Obviously, some teams are higher, but that's because of goal difference, of course. 18th is Cheltenham on 22 points. And I'm also going to say how many wins and etc. each have all got. So actually, I'm going to start again. Bottom is Forest Green, 14 points, 3 wins, 5 draws, 11 defeats. 23rd, so yeah, Forest Green bottom, the reigning champions of League Two. 23rd is Morecambe, 14 points, 2 wins, 8 draws, 9 defeats. The fewest wins this season so far. 22nd is Burton, 3 wins, 5 draws, 11 defeats, 14 points. Exactly the same as Forest Green, but Forest Green have a much worse goal difference than Burton. But, yeah, doesn't look good for either of them. And then in 21st is MK Dons, 4 wins, 2 draws, 12 defeats, 14 points. And MK Dons have more defeats than anyone so far this season with 12 defeats. And also, they've got a game in hand as well, which, yeah. They have got a game in hand, to be fair, but even if they win that game in hand, that's not going to make a difference on them. And they'll only be 3 points behind Cambridge and Accrington Stanley, but that's only if Cambridge and Stanley lose their next games and MK win their next games. You never know, anyway. 20th is Cambridge, 20 points, 6 wins, 2 draws, 11 defeats. 19th is Accrington Stanley, 20 points, 5 wins, 5 draws, 9 defeats. 18th is Cheltenham, 22 points, 6 wins, 4 draws, 8 defeats. 17th is Fleetwood, 4 wins, 10 draws, 5 defeats, 22 points. Fleetwood have more draws than anyone in this league so far this season on 10 draws, which is then followed by Charlton, who are on 9 draws. Anyway, 16th in the table is now Shrewsbury with 6 wins, 5 draws and 8 defeats, 23 points. 15th is Bristol Rovers, 6 wins, 6 draws and 7 defeats, 24 points. 14th is Charlton, 5 wins, 9 draws and 5 defeats, 24 points. And then 13th, propping up the bottom half of the table, is Oxford. 6 wins, 6 draws, 7 defeats, 24 points. Now onto the top half. In 12th is Wycombe. 7 wins, 4 draws, 8 defeats, 25 points. 11th is the rotten, annoying cousins, Exeter. 7 wins, 4 draws, 8 defeats, 25 points. It is even more annoying that they didn't do us a favour against Ipswich, but Exeter were outclassed all game, let's be honest. So no wonder they didn't get anything against Ipswich. 10th is Port Vale. 26 points, 7 wins, 5 draws, 7 defeats. And I'll tell you what, that's a phenomenal season so far for Port Vale. 4 games away as well. They've got to the halfway point of the season, and Vale sit in 10th place. However, it is very tight between 9th place all the way down to 18th. But it is looking good for Vale so far. So yeah, Port Vale are currently 10th, 7 wins, 5 draws, 7 defeats, 26 points. 9th is Lincoln. 6 wins, 8 draws, 4 defeats, 26 points. And to be honest, I'm not surprised Lincoln are up in 9th now. They're a team to watch, honestly. They are a hard team to play against. And then in 8th is now Derby. 8 wins, 5 draws, 5 defeats, 29 points. And 7th, dropping out of the playoffs for the first time this season, is Portsmouth. 7 wins, 8 draws, 2 defeats, the fewest defeats so far this season, along with us and Ipswich. But the amount of draws Pompey have got is mental. 29 points also for Pompey. And it's that game on Friday night that Portsmouth and Derby played at Fratton Park that they've literally taken their misfortunes out of each other. And considering Barnsley won and Bolton won, Bolton and Barnsley have now both taken advantage of Pompey's misfortunes and Derby's misfortunes. However, it is still 2 points separating Peterborough in 4th all the way down to Derby in 8th. So yeah, it is tight between those 5 at the moment. But considering Pompey and Derby drew together and Barnsley won and Bolton won, that's a good result for both the Tykes and the Trotters. And Barnsley now sit in that 6th place with 9 wins, 3 draws, 6 defeats, 30 points. In 5th is Bolton, 9 wins, 4 draws and 5 defeats, 31 points. And then level on points with 4th place Peterborough, 10 wins, 1 draw, 8 defeats, 31 points. And they're another team that Bolton and Barnsley have taken advantage of, is that Peterborough have had the worst weekend of them all, losing to Bristol Rovers. And now that leaves Peterborough 9 points behind Sheffield Wednesday in 3rd place. And so really at the moment, that's an awful result for Peterborough, losing to Bristol Rovers. And now 8th place Derby are 2 points behind Peterborough. And of course, Derby beat Peterborough at Pride Park. So depends how those two do at the Western Home Stadium in the second half of the season. But honestly, yeah, when I say Portsmouth and Derby have had a frustrating game, which they did, it was worse for Peterborough losing to Bristol Rovers. And Grant McCann's side are now level on points with Bolton in 5th. They've reached the milestone of getting 10 wins this season, but they have lost 8 times, which is terrible for Peterborough. I don't think anyone would have predicted that by now either. And only 1 draw. Peterborough have had the fewest draws out of anyone so far this season with that 1 draw. So yeah, Peterborough lie 4th on 31 points. So that means, and it's now a 9-point gap between Peterborough and Sheffield Wednesday in 3rd. So that means it's pretty much a 3-horse race right now as it stands for promotion to the Championship. It's pretty much a race for the playoffs at the moment between Peterborough, Bolton, Barnsley, Portsmouth and Derby. Still, I know Charlton are my dark horses, but someone could surprise us in this second half of the season. And it is League One after all, but you never know. You never know. But as it stands, it is now definitely a 3-horse race coming into the end of the season between us, Ipswich and Sheffield Wednesday. The 3 best teams in the league I would say Portsmouth are actually one of the best teams in the league, but they have just underperformed so badly lately. They have drawn so much, and that's why they are so much more off the pace from us three at the moment. Us, Ipswich and Sheffield Wednesday have been so consistent, and that's why we have pulled this gap at the top. The three best teams in the league are the top three at the moment. Sheffield Wednesday are in third with 12 wins, 4 draws, 3 defeats, 40 points. With the same goal difference as Ipswich, both on plus 19. Ipswich are on 41 points in second place with 12 wins, 5 draws and 2 defeats with 41 points. And it doesn't matter. I don't care if we got robbed against Burton. Who is still top of the league? Who is still top of the league? Green Army! The mighty Plymouth Argyle are still top of the league with 19 games played, 43 points, 13 wins, 4 draws, 2 defeats, more wins than anyone so far this season, and rightly so. The only thing we're not winning, are we are winning goals scored, 39. Ipswich are on 38. Sheffield Wednesday are on 35, but we aren't winning goals conceded because we're on 22 for that. And Bolton and Barnsley have conceded the least goals out of anyone. They've conceded 15 each. Then Derby have conceded 16. Sheffield Wednesday have conceded 16. Portsmouth have conceded 18. Ipswich 19. And we're on 22. Even Lincoln have conceded less goals than us. And Oxford. And even bloody Fleetwood. But then again, it doesn't matter about that. The points and the wins are the more important. It's a league table at the end of the day. And for goal difference, we're not winning either. We are third for goal difference. We're on plus 17. Ipswich and Sheffield Wednesday lead the way on goal difference on plus 19. But still, it doesn't matter. We're on 43 points. We're top of the league. We should be on 45 points. And that means Burton would be on 13 points. They would be bottom. But we should be on 45 points. We should still be 4 points clear. But let's just put Burton aside and just get back to winning ways. And just remember, we have got by far the best home record in the league this season. And let's be honest, we should beat Port Vale next week at home. So yeah, that's the end of the stream. I will now, if you're, let's just read the comments before I go. We are now on 9,600 season ticket holders, by the way, mate. Fantastic news for us. So yeah, I've got to go because that is the end of the stream, first of all. And second of all, I am now, it's like changing channels, isn't it? So we're now going to be moving from Cornish Janner to the Argyle Way. So if you want to switch over to the Argyle Way for our next video, it'll be coming out whenever it does. So I will be now going on a podcast with the Argyle Way. So thank you for joining, guys. And that is the end of the stream and my episode of our game against Burton Albion. And let's bounce back against Port Vale. Come on, you Janners. Up the Greens, up the Argyle, up the Pilgrims, up the mighty Plymouth.